It's been sort of 6-7 months now that you've been working with the other Pep. How has it been? How have you found him?
Intense. Yeah, he's brilliant. Of course, he has a passion and a game understanding from a different planet, in my opinion. He knows exactly what he wants, and the good ones and the top ones. What sets them apart is their love, in my opinion, for his team. So you always have people who are geniuses in terms of how to prepare a team, but the quality lies in how you touch the heart of the players, how you convince them to play in a certain way. And that is something not surprised me, of course, because I knew, but what I really like about Pep.
And when he sort of approached you in the summer, I believe he spoke to Jurgen Klopp about you. I think Jurgen gave you a glowing reference. That must make you feel good that he did that.
Was that a question?
Yeah, that was.
No, yeah. I think you answered it. No, when Pep calls, and I felt the call coming because he asked a few people, and it always comes back in the football world. No, so you hope he makes this call, and you hope that it's a nice one to have. And the feeling was straight away really good. So, yeah, it was not a difficult decision.
Yeah. Hiya, Pep. There's been quite a lot spoken about the sort of tactical differences between this City this year and sort of previous incarnations of Pep's teams. From your perspective, having watched them before and then obviously coaching this year, how much different do you think it is this year to previous years?
The game. It's the way football is developing. You have two games at the moment at football. You have one is played on the opposition half, where teams are really deep, compact, and that didn't change a lot from the last years. And then you have a game where all the teams play man-to-man, high press. Not all, but 90% in a lot of leagues. So that game where they come man-to-man, there are no lines, there are no pockets, there are no free space. It's all about how to outplay that moment of high pressure, and that changed a lot. So with this comes that you see us attack more quick at moments, because when you outplay that press, the pitch is completely open. The quality is always like how you make the process to outplay that kind of pressure. And before, I felt a lot of teams went immediate deep. And now it is much more a combination of what I say, one game on one side of the pitch and a completely different game on the other side of the pitch. And teams combining that well. So that's why they make it much harder for the top teams, in my opinion.
And how much work has to go into a week with these? Quite a lot of these players are used to playing against teams that retreat, as you say, like sit on their own box with a low block. How much work has that to go into sort of teaching these players to play differently?
Yeah, it's two completely different. It asks also different type of players, because when you have space between the lines and you only need to move in the pockets to turn and to speed up the game or to go to the outside, and you have always the winger already in 1v1 situation high up the pitch, or you are deep with a lot of space and you have to attack. So that makes it different. But you need to, as a team nowadays, if you want to have a successful season, you need to dominate both moments, because when the ball doesn't come out clear, when the ball doesn't come out clean, teams will create problems. So I don't think you see a lot of different in idea, because Pep is he's about organized attacks, constantly want to suffocate the opposition. That didn't change. It's more about what teams do to us to counter attack that, basically. And do we want to attack quick when the pitch is open? Yes. Do we want to play a lot of passes when the pitch is closed? Yes, of course, because you need to disorganize them. So, but I think the mindset of Pep and the idea never changed. But the opposition always forces you to find different weapons.
Quite a few hands up, just bear that in mind. Thank you.
I think Pep has said that he made a quick phone call to you in the summer to approach you about it. Was it strange at all, or even a difficult decision at all? Because you spent so many years in the opposite technical area, maybe shouting at the City staff.
I never shouted.
And was it a difficult decision at all, being a rival for so long?
You want my political answer? No, of course not. The moment Pep called, and how I felt, the feeling he gave me, what he wanted to do with the team by bringing me in, the trust he already had before we even started talking about how it would look, made the decision much more easier. But you cannot put away 10 years Liverpool that easy, no? But I'm really proud to come to a club of this magnitude, to come in a club who was so successful over the last 10 years, with a manager who defined football. So when I spoke with Jurgen about it, he was so clear. If you don't do it, I take the assistant job. So,
will it be strange on week on Sunday? Will it be a strange emotion being in the away dressing room at Anfield?
No, because I'm a professional. We play them here. The only mindset I have, especially with the game schedules now, is Tottenham, of course. But when we go to Anfield, it will be special, maybe more special for my family than for me. But my mindset is to win and to try to beat them.
Time for 3 more, please, guys. Will. Sam.
Hi, Pep. You mentioned the intensity of title races before, and obviously you've seen it up close with Jurgen and now Pep. Obviously, Jurgen a couple of years ago admitted he had nothing left to give, really. It took so much out of him. How impressive is it to see Pep up close and to have done this for now coming on 10 years?
Yeah.
And how much support do you have to give someone to keep that intensity going?
Yeah, the best ones are like that. Tiger Woods, all these guys. They push themselves to limits. They need to feel that to push themselves to limits, and he's constantly searching for that. Very professional, very ambitious, wants to make impact every day. But how I say, what I feel, what is his biggest strength, or what I feel when I came into this club, is the passion he has for his team, his passion he has for his love he has for his backroom staff, how he treats everyone. And that makes that family feeling inside this club, that makes it probably a little bit easier as well.
Obviously, City were below the usual standards last season. When you looked at taking the job in the summer, what were the areas of the team or the squad that you looked at and thought perhaps you could help with improving the most?
I think it's quite normal that when you build, when you win, my feeling in football, and I've been through that process with Liverpool as well, the hardest thing is to renew a team who was so successful. If you have so many players who were so important for a club to win trophy after trophy, win the big one as well, to renew that team, it always comes with ups and downs, because your standards are really high, you expect, but new players have to give the same kind of standards. It's the hardest thing in football, and I think we are on the way. I think you will feel glimpses. I think it's the youngest Champions League team we had. The players we use 7 players under 22 in the Champions League format. So that is a good sign for the future. But these players now have to build together with Rodri, together with Bernardo, together with Rúben, together with all these guys who have already been through it, to build something new. And we are giving everything to make that happen.
Hi, Pep. Going back to the tactical side of it, I don't know if you saw Anthony Gordon the other day in the press conference. He talked about the difference between the Premier League and the Champions League, and he said the Premier League, sometimes it just comes down to if you win your duels, you win the game, and it's end-to-end like basketball. In Europe, it's more about control and old-style football. You were talking there about how Guardiola's ideas don't change, and the difficulty now being combining those two phases. Is City trying to find somewhere in the middle, rather than just match that Premier League style of end-to-end duels? Are they still trying to retain that control and the old-style football that Pep's always loved?
It's like this, no? If the opposition team play high press against you and you go long and you go long against that, you go try to find a striker. So your goalkeeper try, example, old style, try to find a striker. You win that second ball, it's a chance for you. You lose that second ball, it's a chance for them. That's how the Premier League looks at the moment. And that happens on both ends. So that's a logical consequence. And so it becomes more important to be good in the duels. But it was always important, but be good in the duels, be smart in your positioning, to know when to play this pass, etc., etc. Yeah.
That's all.
Hi, Pep. You've obviously worked for Pep and Jurgen for quite a length of time now. Do you get the impression Pep is still as hungry as ever? You used the word, I think, at the very start of this press conference. You said he's sort of as hungry and passionate as ever, ambitious as ever. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation about Pep's future, and I wouldn't expect you to comment directly on that. But do you get the impression he's still as hungry as ever to keep going after all these years here?
Guys, he sits here every day. You ask him, not me. I cannot answer for him, how he feels, how he does. The Premier League is so intense, but how I see, that was already my answer. That's enough.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, guys.